Continuation of the original text, anniversary, expansion with improved techniques. Birthday as a mirror, what your relationship with this date reveals about you. Have you ever stopped to think that the way you view your birthday is an emotional map in disguise? It's not just about cake, candles, or social media posts. It's about how you deal with time, with expectations and, deep down, with your own value. There are those who count the days with childlike anxiety, planning every detail as if it were the Oscar of their own existence. Others forget the date not out of carelessness, but because, for them, life is not measured in 24 special hours. And then there are those who pretend not to care, but harbor a pang of something unsaid when no one remembers. What is your standard? And what is he trying to tell you? 1. Birthday as a self-control thermometer. Did you know that the intensity of your celebration can reveal how you see your own achievements? Those who throw huge parties often need to prove something to themselves or to others. Look how much I am loved, look how much I matter. There is no judgment here. It is human to seek validation. But ask yourself, are you celebrating life or performing happiness? Those who prefer an intimate dinner, or none at all, generally value depth over quantity. For them, presence is more valuable than gifts, and that says a lot about how they prioritize relationships. But be careful, sometimes this detachment hides a fear of disappointing. If I don't expect anything, I won't be disappointed. Anyone who ignores the date completely may be at war with time. Birthdays are reminders that life passes, and for those who struggle with the feeling of not having done enough, each extinguished candle sounds like a clock ticking in a hurry. Quick reflection. If your birthday were a mirror, what would it reflect? Celebration, relief, or a sigh of I'm not there yet? 2. The stolen birthday syndrome, and why it hurts so much. Some of the deepest wounds related to this date come not from loneliness, but from betrayal. The child who waited for his father to arrive with the promised gift, and he didn't come. The teenager who organized a party, and only 3 friends showed up. The adult who, year after year, hears I forgot from someone who should care. These experiences rewire the brain to associate birthdays with disappointment. And the worst part, we start doing this to ourselves. I'm not going to celebrate, because if I wait, it will hurt. It's as if we unconsciously steal our own day before anyone else does. But here's the bombshell truth. You are not getting over the disappointment. You are repeating the abandonment only now. The executioner is yourself. 3. Birthday as a rebirth ritual. Yes, seriously. Anthropologically, birthdays are little rites of passage. They mark, I survived another year. What will I do with the next one? Think about cultures that celebrate death, like Dia de los Muertos, or mark transitions, like 15 years in Latin America. They all have something in common. They are pauses to reflect on the cycle of life. When you ignore your birthday, you are unintentionally breaking this ritual. And this can come at a cost. Lack of growth marking, as if the years passed without meaning. Difficulty celebrating small victories, if not even the day of birth deserves attention, what does? Disconnection with one's own history. Birthdays are anchor points on the personal timeline. Radical experiment. This year, do something symbolic, not out of obligation, but as an act of authorship. Could it be? Write a letter to yourself from last year. Plant a tree, literally, a gesture of I will still grow. Spend the day doing something that 10-year-old you would love. Why does this work? Because rituals give structure to chaos. And when you claim your birthday, you're saying, my life matters. Even if no one else remembers. 4. The not caring trap, or, when detachment becomes self-sabotage. Here's an inconvenient truth. Not paying attention to your own birthday can be a sophisticated form of self-boycott. I don't want attention, I don't deserve attention. It's just another day, I'm not special. I don't like parties, I'm afraid I won't be enough to fill a room. It's not about selfishness. It's about permission. Permission to occupy space. To be seen. To exist without apologies. Quick test. If a friend said, I don't celebrate my birthday because I don't want to be a bother, what would you say? Now, say that to yourself. 5. Birthdays in the age of social media, when pressure turns into performance. Today, Not celebrating has become a political act. In a world where everyone posts thankful for another year, choosing silence is a cry. But be careful, this silence can be as performative as a party. Whoever posts "I don't like birthdays" is often testing who will insist. Those who disappear from social networks during the day may be avoiding comparisons. Why does hers have more likes than mine? Anyone who makes a humble post, just thanking God, is often following a social script so as not to appear narcissistic. The question few ask: are you choosing not to celebrate, or are you following an invisible how to be cool on the internet script? 6. How to turn your birthday into an act of rebellion, in a good way. What if, instead of running away or performing, you used this day to break patterns? If you always have a party, try a day of your own. No posts, no guests. Just you and one question: what do I really want in the next 12 months? If you always ignore it, do one tiny thing, just for you. Buy the cake you love, watch your favorite movie, celebrate the courage to be alive. If you feel angry about the date, write a letter to the version of you that was hurt and burned, symbolically or in truth. Free up the space. Remember, birthday is not about what others do for you. It's about what you do for yourself. And that, my friend, is the most revolutionary act there is. 7. The last question, and the answer you already know. Deep down, every birthday is a question in disguise. Are you happy with the life you're living? If the answer is yes, celebrate however you want. If not, use the date as a milestone to change. If it's "I don't know," then that's your gift, permission to look for the answer. To close, an invitation, no, not to your party. If this text moved you, do one thing today. 1. Attach new meaning to your birthday. It could be gratitude, forgiveness, or reinvention. 2. Tell someone how you really feel about this date. Vulnerability is the antidote to loneliness. 3. Give yourself the gift that no one else can give, permission to be exactly who you are, no excuses, no justifications. Because at the end of the day, a birthday isn't about the day you were born. It's about what you do with the days that come after. And now, tell me, what is your relationship with your birthday? Celebrate, ignore, or reinvent? Comment here, and if this text made sense, share it with those who need to hear it. Because sometimes, the greatest gift is knowing that you are not alone. Until the next reflection. And remember, life is not measured by the years, but by the stories you live between them. Birthday cake sparkles. Your birthday as a mirror, what your relationship with this date reveals about you. Have you ever stopped to think that the way you deal with your birthday is an emotional map? It's not just about cake, candles, or social media posts. It's about how you face time, expectations, and, deep down, yourself. Some people celebrate with a party, as if each year were an epic achievement. Others prefer to ignore it, as if the date were an inconvenient reminder. And there are those who reinvent meaning, transforming the day into a ritual of gratitude, a fresh start, or even a moment of deliberate solitude. But here's the question few ask. What does your relationship with your birthday say about your relationship with life? 1. The festive, every year is a victory. If you are one of those people who plans the celebration months in advance, who loves being the center of attention, or at least likes to bring together the people you love, this may reveal a need to celebrate existence. For you, life is made of milestones, and every turn to the sun deserves to be honored. A generous side. Often, those who love to celebrate also love to make others feel special. After all, who has never seen that friend who, on his own birthday, spends more time serving guests than being served? Or, an escape from introspection. Sometimes the party is so loud that it drowns out the quieter questions. Am I where I want to be? Am I truly happy or just performing happiness? Reflection for you. If the party is your tradition, great. But ask yourself, do I celebrate to celebrate, or so I don't have to stop and think? 2. The invisible. I'd rather no one remember. If you turn off Facebook notifications, change the subject when someone mentions the date, or even deliberately forget it, know that this isn't coolness, it's a sign of self-protection. Behind this behavior may be unresolved fears. If I attract attention, I will disappoint someone. Perhaps, in the past, a birthday has become a day of arguments, forgetfulness, or disappointed expectations. A complicated relationship with aging. For some, every candle that goes out is a reminder that time is passing, and that can hurt when we feel stagnant. Or, simply, a minimalist personality. You may be one of those who believe that life doesn't need dates to be meaningful. And that's actually a pretty wise philosophy. Reflection for you. If avoiding your birthday is a relief, that's fine. But if it's an escape, ask, what am I avoiding feeling? What if, instead of ignoring it, I gave myself exactly what I need that day, even if it's silence? 3. The Reinventor. My birthday, my rules. Are you one of those who turns the date into something completely personal? Perhaps. Travel alone as a gift to yourself. Do a gratitude ritual, writing letters, burning papers with things that are no longer useful. Or even celebrate on a different day, because the birthday is when I decide it is. This reveals a need for control. In a chaotic world, you demand autonomy even over when and how to celebrate your own existence. A search for meaning. For you, the anniversary is not about conventions, but about what that return to the sun represents. Or trauma disguised as empowerment. Sometimes, reinventing is a way of not facing what the date really affects. Reflection for you. Is your reinvention liberation or escape? If I stopped making rules for my birthday, how would I feel? 4. The Indifferent. It's just another day. If for you your birthday passes by, like any other Tuesday, this could mean a rare emotional maturity. You understand that life is not measured in dates, but in moments. Or a distancing from oneself. Sometimes indifference is armor, because if you don't expect anything, nothing can hurt you. A minimalist philosophy of life. You prefer to live in the present than mark the past. Reflection for you. Indifference can be wisdom, or anesthesia. If I allowed this day to be special even just for me, what would change? The big secret. Your birthday is an invitation. No matter how you handle this date, it always comes with a question. How do you want to live the next 365 days? And the answer doesn't have to be grand. Could it be, I want to be lighter. I want to allow myself to receive. I want to stop performing happiness. I want to celebrate the little things. Because, deep down, a birthday isn't about the day you were born. It's about the day you decide to be born again. An exercise for today, yes, even if it's not your birthday. 1. Take a paper and write. If my birthday were a mirror, what would it reflect about me today? Don't overthink it. Write the first thing that comes to you. 2. Now ask yourself, if I could reinvent this date from scratch, what would it be like? No rules. No shoulds. Just what your heart asks. 3. Give yourself permission to celebrate in your own way, even if it's alone, even if it's on another day. Not celebrating, but knowing why. Change your mind at any time. And now, tell me, which of these birthday personalities is most like you? And most importantly, what would you like your birthday to mean? Comment here, and if this text made you rethink something, share it with those who need to hear it. Because sometimes, the greatest gift isn't the cake, nor the congratulations, it's the courage to look in the mirror. Until the next reflection. And remember, life is not about the years you lived, but about the times you dared to reinvent them. Seedling Sparkles. P.S. If you've made it this far, here's a bonus. True luxury is not having a perfect birthday. It's having the freedom to choose what it means to you. And this is priceless. What if your birthday were the pages of a book you never read? Take that paper again. This time write. If my birthday were a book, what genre would it be? Romantic comedy full of clichés? A psychological thriller with unexpected twists? Or a blank poem, waiting for me to fill in the verses? Don't edit. Don't judge. Let the pen flow as if you're writing the first draft of a story only you can tell. What does your birthday gender reveal about you? Now, look at what you wrote and ask yourself. 1. If it's a romantic comedy, you believe that life, and your birthdays, should be light, even if sometimes forcedly happy. But be careful. Are you performing joy so as not to disappoint others? 2. If it's a thriller, there is something unresolved on that date, a memory that haunts, an expectation that was never fulfilled, or the feeling that something bad could happen if you allow yourself to celebrate. Key question: what, or who, turned your birthday into a cliffhanger? 3. If it's a blank poem, you are in a year of transition. It's not indifference, it's purposeful empty space, like someone leaving a blank page in their diary to write something bigger later. The challenge: what are you waiting for to start filling out this page? 4. If it's a historical drama, your birthday carries the weight of generations, family traditions, cultural expectations, or even inherited traumas. In my family, no one celebrates. Reflection: what would you like to rewrite about this narrative? 5. If it's science fiction, you see the anniversary as a door to reinvention. Each year is a parallel universe where you can be a different version of yourself. The burning question: which you of the future are you trying to reach through this date? The plot twist your birthday deserves. Here's the truth no one tells you. You are not obliged to follow the plot they gave you. If your birthday has always been a Greek tragedy, full of family strife, you can turn it into a satire, celebrating alone, laughing at life's ironies. If it was a fairy tale, where everything had to be perfect, how about turning it into magical realism? Accepting that the magic lies in the imperfect details, the burnt cake, the friend you forgot, the gift that didn't arrive, and still, choosing to see the beauty in it. And if it was a textbook, full of rules, you have to have a party, you have to post, delete the pages. Your birthday can be a haiku. Breakfast. Silence. Heat. Me, whole. The exercise that will change your next birthday. Take another paper. This time, divide it into 3 columns. What they tell me it should be, what I really feel, what will I choose now? There has to be a party. It exhausts me. I'm going to have a picnic alone in the park. You have to post it on Instagram. I feel exposed. I'm going to keep this day all to myself. You have to receive gifts. I feel indebted. I'm going to ask for donations for a cause I love. Rule: in the 3rd column, no shoulds. Only what your body, your soul, and your wallet can and want to accomplish. The revelation that will set you free. Here's the secret that self-help books don't tell you. Your birthday is not about the day you were born. It's about the day you decide to be born again. For some people, this happens on December 31st, with fireworks and champagne. For others, it's on a random Tuesday, when they finally stop waiting for permission to be happy. So tell me, which chapter of Your Birthday book are you ready to rewrite? What character, or expectation, are you going to remove from the story? Which alternative ending do you deserve? Comment here. And if this text touched you, share it with someone who needs permission to reinvent their own dates. Because sometimes, the best gift isn't what we get, it's the courage to burn the old script and write a new one. P.S. If you've made it this far, here's a little literary gift. The years don't age us. What ages us is the repetition of stories that no longer serve us. This year, how about being the author and not just the character of your birthday? PPS, and remember, a book is only boring if you don't dare turn the page. Open book sparkles. Next reflection. What if, instead of celebrating the day you were born, you celebrated the day you decided to live? Keep an eye out. Or better yet, keep an open heart.